All right, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're watching this from. So, what do I want to talk about in this video? I don't know, there are quite a few ideas we can go and roll off of, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about the last tournament I had. So, there was this tournament where I live called Grapple for the Cure, and of course, again, number one reason for that tournament is to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. 100% of everything we donated to St. Jude's is used to help children, to treat children for various conditions. Instead of most organizations donating pennies of it, they donate 100%. So thank you, St. Jude's, for all you've done. Again, thank you to all the supporters, my enemies, the neutrality, and everything else that occurred during this tournament. So where do I begin? I was going against this guy. It was called the No-Gi Absolute. And in the No-Gi Absolute, it's where you pretty much just wear you wear like shorts, almost like board shorts, and like a rash guard or a t-shirt that's like moisture wicking, kind of like Under Armour. And in the Absolute, it's all weights and all belts. So you could be a white belt going against a black belt. It causes some interesting matchups for sure. So I go into this, and I don't know who I'm going against, but I see that he has like mad cauliflower ears. So I go in, and he sits down, and he starts attacking my legs. So we're just rolling around. I'm defending my legs, and I last with this guy for about 5 minutes until he gets on top of me and gets to full mount. He swings over, gets a triangle. I stand up. I'm like, okay, no slamming or anything. So I know the arm bar is coming, but I'm like, how am I going to get out of this? And right at the split second that I'm trying to escape, boom, this armbar comes on hard. It's like pop, 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 and I got to tap. I tapped, and then I found out afterwards this guy was a top-notch Brazilian who was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So lasting 5 or 6 minutes to me felt great. Again, next time I want to come for the win, but I learned a lot, and I'm a blue belt right now, and to do that was, to me, a tremendous feat. But then the rest of the day, it wasn't so great for me either. Honestly, most people like to talk about their wins, but it was rough, man. I got beat up. Completely lost every single match. I've won other tournaments, but I lost, and it made me think, man, that's life. That's what it is. We look for all these successes or things like this wheel in our head of like everything is going to go our way 100% of the time. And while I will say there is something to manifesting our ideas, understand it's like the universe, in a way, it can grant you things, but at the same time, there are times where it just doesn't care. It doesn't care whatsoever. Because this is the way I like to look at it. Okay? Again, I look at a lot of, how should we say it, like self-help books, speakers. I love that stuff. I love speaking about a lot of different topics as well. But look at it like this. You've got a bunch of different wills existing in this universe, vying for some type of award, vying for some type of success, vying for some type of fulfillment. And you are one soul. You are one will. Your thoughts are one thing compared to 7+ billion people on this planet. And that's people. What about the animals? And what about just those external elements that are just going on everywhere? And whether they have a will or not, I'll let someone else argue that point. But let's just say there's a lot more going on in this universe than us, or you, in other words. So again, do I think you should believe in yourself? Absolutely. I think you have to have a sense of like, I can do this. You have to. But at the same time, I almost feel like you have to adopt a sense of gratitude or love for whatever challenge or terrible obstacle comes your way. Because if you can't, you're going to have it rough. You're definitely going to have it rough. I believe so. Hence the reason why the attitude I've tried to frame is like, be grateful and success. Be grateful for everything. Feel successful. Be grateful for all the bad that happens to you, as well as all the great stuff. I think that's the only way. Well, it's technically, again, not the only way you could do it in life, but that's how I feel like optimally you should live. I was reading The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman the other day, And it was funny, I was reading that book on the day of the tournament, to kind of cultivate my mindset, that stoic mindset. I used to think these guys were so emotionless, like, yeah, so badass. But what I discovered was, oftentimes they smiled in the face of danger. It was about creating a sense of emotional stability. It's not that they didn't have emotions. They got sad, happy, depressed like anybody else. But the way I see it is, why not smile if it benefits you? To get through the bad times, to embrace, to be grateful for everything that is thrown your way. What a way to live. What a way to live. Again, I can't speak for every soul. Everyone's got their own walk in life. But from what I've found is, like, from this hard jiu-jitsu tournament of losses, man, I learned a hell of a ton. That's all I can say. And so, I think I'm about to end this video now, because I think any more is kind of, you're just going to go on, and I know attention spans for everybody are a little bit lower. There's some type of entertainment I feel like I need to start integrating into my videos, and I'll see what I can figure out. So, when I think about the next video I'm going to make, I think I'm going to make it about doing a challenge that Tim Ferriss talked about in an interesting businessman, psychologist, coach named Teal Gross, who I've worked with before. I'm going to do another challenge that I picked up from both of them. And I'm going to see how it goes. And who knows, I don't know. Maybe I'll start naming some videos after some pop culture references. Like, yeah, maybe my next video is going to be Walk It Talk It by Migos, similar to the Migos album. We'll see how it goes. Again, this is Dante, Truth Seeker 26, looking to spread joy, find my truth, and unlock the potential within many individuals on my journey and my path. Thank you all so much. Feel free to leave comments or anything like that down below. Until next time, bye.